What's up, boys and girls? It is Nery Jr. here. Today I want to talk to you guys about refining your passions. Passions that maybe you had as a kid, passions that you had growing up, and maybe along the way you've forgotten about those passions. Life got in the way, you've forgotten about those passions. It might be art, music, maybe work, fitness, weightlifting, biking, whatever passion you've had as a kid or in your teenage years, your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, however old you are. If you feel like you've forgotten those passions, or if you've been thinking about that, or maybe you haven't thought about that, well, maybe you need to start thinking about those things again. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today a little bit. But before we do that, we're going to go do some jiu-jitsu. So follow me. Ready?
I've done that. Remember gloves? Or no, I had gloves, but he didn't. Ready to work?
So what is a passion? Okay, by definition, passion is a desire or intense enthusiasm for something. I would even say it's something you cannot live without. So why do we lose our passions? Like I mentioned earlier, there could be many reasons why we lose or forget about our passions in life. Life could get in the way. For me personally, for example, I'm very passionate about business. For those of you that know me, that's one of my passions, but it's not my only passion. I have many other passions. One of my big passions for the past 9 years now has been Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And it's something that I haven't really interacted with in the past year and a half, 2 years. Because once I decided to leave my job and do business full time, man, for those of you that have your own businesses, know that launching a business and maintaining your business could be tough work.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
Many hours, long hours. I thought by not having a job and doing my own business that I would have more free time, and that wasn't the case at all. I had a lot less time. Going in the office at 8 a.m., getting out at 8 p.m., 9 p.m. sometimes. Man, that could get in the way of other passions. As you guys saw, I went back to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and it makes you feel another kind of way. I mean, refining that passion, what drives you. I remember Jiu-Jitsu for the past 9 years was what motivated me to do a lot, to do business. Jiu-Jitsu is a whole mindset, I believe. A mindset that got me out of some hard times, a mindset that said I could overcome any situation. And slowly but surely, you know what, I'm finding my way back to it. Take things for granted and you forget things. A few years ago, my purple belt in jiu-jitsu is a pretty awesome story for those that don't know it. My purple belt in jiu-jitsu was presented to me by Grandmaster Chuck Norris. And that's something that my professor David Dunn hooked up after we did some work for UFAF BJJ. So you take those things for granted, like, man, not a lot of people could say they received a privilege like that to receive a belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu from someone that's well respected and loved in the martial arts community and the world for the movies and TV that he's done.
You can let them do that? Thank you, Chuck Norris.
Thank you, Peter.
So you forget those things, but the key is to always come back. The key is to always remember and to come back and to fall in love with it again. And don't let anybody tell you anything. So what's your passion? What are some of your passions? Is it art, writing, whatever it is? I encourage you to refine your passion. Even if you may not do it as often as you like, man, just investing a little bit of time in it could go a long way for you. If you're stuck in some kind of funk, sometimes just a change of scenery could help and go a long way. I've been listening to the song by Josh Groban the past few days. It's called River. You guys listen to River by Josh Groban. He talks about that. He talks about how when he wrote the song, it was about sometimes you need a change in environment to get you out of a situation, a funk that you're in. I was in a funk within business and other stuff for the past few months. And I said, you know what? Something needs to snap me out of it. And what that was my professor hitting me up, my jiu-jitsu professor hitting me up. And I said, you know what? I need to get back. So surely enough, I went back to school, saw a lot of my friends there. A good friend of mine that you guys saw that I had some coffee with earlier, Jeff Martin. And you know what? I'm not stopping. This is here to stay. So I encourage you, if you have a passion, go forward with it and refine that passion. Fall in love again. Fall in love again. You know, it's like getting your heart broken, right? Getting your heart broken, you say you're never gonna fall in love with again. Then you find that someone that sweeps you off your feet, man, and then you refine passion. That's some powerful stuff. It's like that saying, if 8-year-old you, if you had a chance to talk to 8-year-old you, would he be proud? I think 8-year-old me would be kind of amazed with the things that I'm doing, but he would be telling me, man, dude, you forgot about some of your passions. So I encourage you guys, refine your passions and work on them, even if it's just an hour a day, half an hour a day, whatever. So I hope this inspires someone, and until next time.